and the dirt. And I sort of mused that the words just wouldn't come. It's been a while since I saw you at New Year, holding your breath, your eyes upon the second hand. The way you look to
Service to me is helping someone and not expecting anything in return. Just the satisfaction of knowing that you're helping someone out, even if it is by giving them a little smile.
Service to me is an act of kindness and humbleness, and bringing yourself to the smallest you can be to help others in humility and humbleness and genuineness from the good of your own heart.
Service, truly, it just means giving back. So most of the time when I'm like in sight, I just have to remember that I'm not there for me, but I'm there for them. And I have to like work my bestest to get the best possible outcome for them.
Service is giving everything that you have, like your God-given talents and skills, to help others, because someone always needs what you have.
Service is going out there and helping your community by giving back to the simplest things, as like taking this class or on your own time.
Well, I'm a determined realist.
Laid-back doer.
I'm a determined realist.
My personality is spontaneous idealist.
A laid-back doer.
I was a dynamic thinker.
I'm a spontaneous idealist.
I'm a determined realist.
Engaged idealist.
Laid-back doer.
I got dynamic thinker.
Creative conservative.
Spontaneous idealist.
Okay, I'm a creative creator.
Determined realist.
I was conservative creator.
Determined realist.
Engaged idealist.
Natured realist. Engaged idealist.
I was a social realist.
I got engaged idealist.
I'm a determined realist.
I'm a sensitive doer. He is reliable realist. I think it helps me in my service site by letting the kids be very comfortable with me. I try to be really understanding of their dyslexia and how they are supposed to learn the things, and they take their time
to come in every day with a new environment, new mentality, excited to create, and hopefully just make a new relationship with them every day and improve on our relationship every day with them.
I always have a lot of energy when I go, since I work with little kids. So you always have to have that energy up. You have to always keep them active, making sure they're focused on paying attention to what they're learning.
Work with students, with children. It was really helpful as I was caring and loving towards them as they needed that love, and it was just a great experience.
It helps me in my service site, which is Alpine, because since I work with elder people, they some days have problems and don't have feel like they don't have a purpose anymore, and I give them feedback on how they could solve their problems in life, or just talk them out of them.
This has helped me in my service site because it helps me know how my kids are gonna work, and it also helps me understand that I can't actually make a kid do something, so it helps me work with them and get a way to work with them.
Helps me because I'm dealing with elderly people, so I know they might not be there the next day, so I appreciate every day I get to be with them, and I enjoy it, because when I get there I see a smile on their face. It lightens up their day, because no one really visits them, so it's pretty nice.
It taught me how to care for others, because I've never actually cared for an elderly family member or anyone before, so it taught me how to do all those things and to be of use to other people.
Go to Alpine, and every time we get there, every day we sit with the same people we usually sit, and we play bingo or loteria.
I work at Longoria Elementary School, and sometimes I work with dyslexic children, but not all the time, so we go with the kindergartners, and we help them teach them vowels and initial sounds and final sounds, and sometimes we help them do little projects, we're working on Mother's Day kids too.
In the Brownsville Nursing and Rehab Center, and the person in charge was very nice to us. She helped us around, and she showed us other things that had to get done.
I work at Paris Elementary in the reading lab, which focuses on students with dyslexia. And the time that I'm there, it's a slot for the first and second graders.
And so during that time, they have about a 50-minute period where they're in a classroom studying with a teacher teaching them. And so they're teaching them basic things, how to read basic words, how to code words in order to be able to read more efficiently, how to determine what the sounds are by looking at the words and not getting lost between the paper and the words, for the connection of all three.
I worked at Ebony Lake with Ana Marta.
We talk with them, we play loteria with them, we pass like a ball with them, and then it's just mostly like conversations with them every day.
Program is basically a program for low-income families, and it's basically a daycare with 3 and 4-year-olds, and we work with them and we work with the teachers. In every classroom there's 2 teachers who teach them basic things like the alphabet and their numbers and everything, and we just basically play around with them and have fun.
Who was your
I was placed at Spanish Meadows Nursery, and I worked in the activities room with Juanita, and I painted patients' nails, I talked to them, colored.
I work in Martin Elementary with children who have dyslexia, and we usually help them if they're having trouble in tests and their homework. Anything they need help with, we usually read to them, they read to us. We try to engage with them so they can feel that love from us, and we also get that love in return, so it's really nice.
The people who go to the settlement house don't have homes, and since we live in one of the poorest cities in Brownsville, like even though we live in the poorest city, we're not exposed to it daily of all the people who don't have shelter or don't have food. And so at the settlement house, it has given me like an opportunity to see this other side of Brownsville and actually help the people who are there, who are very appreciative of us and always are happy to see us.
One of the students that came in around February, his name is Christopher, and when he first showed up, he wouldn't talk to either the teacher or us. He would just really stay quiet the whole time, and he did not know how to read at all. He would look at the page and would just kind of stare blankly back at us. And over these last 2 months, he's really developed as a student, and it's really made me really happy inside how we've helped him come out of his shell and feel comfortable, something that he didn't have in his regular classroom setting.
My favorite kid's name is George, and George is the love of my life. He taught me that patience really works out in the end because he has a learning disability, but he's really nice to all of the kids and he has a very mature attitude about him. He just has times where he's very frustrated and doesn't know what to do, but at the end of the day he just shows me how pure love is.
In Ebony Lake, there's this lady called Maria Magdalena, and when she was having like a really bad day and like she just didn't want to talk to anybody, or like the nurses were trying to like hug her and she was just like, no, get away from me, whatever. And then Eduardo and I went in and we were like, oh, hi, how are you? And then like I hugged her, and then she was like, thank you so much for coming, you make my day, like you're the only person I want to talk to. And then like, so she was just saying how much she like was thankful for us to go.
There's this girl, Cheyenne, and every day she sees me, she like runs up to me and she hugs me, and she's super destructive, but I love her and I always hang out with her.
Oh, Marifer, she's a little girl, and every time we go, she like runs to us, and she's super loving, and she's always telling us like what did you do yesterday, or like tell us about your day, or how does it feel like to be a grown-up. And she's super cute, and she's like, she really likes us going there and really cares for us as people.
There's this guy that is named Juanito, and like he's the most outgoing of the whole group, and he's always talking, and like even though he doesn't remember us, and each day we introduce ourselves, he always greets us well.
There's this patient named Caroline Little, and she talks to me all about how she would when she lived in New York, she would go see Broadway shows, and she told me all of the famous people that she saw, so like Bernadette Peters and Patti LuPone, so it's nice to hear those stories.
Pepe, he's a World War II veteran, and he doesn't really talk, but I feel like he likes me because he always smiles when he sees me, and it makes my day a little brighter.
More spiritual because they're always like, Dios te bendiga, thank you for doing this. You're like an angel, but like you help us, and you're not like that's gross or anything. You're always like there, like willing to do something.
You never know if you never know when you're gonna go through something like that, and they're always happy no matter what, and the little things make them smile. So I guess that make me realize that you don't need a lot of material things to be happy.
I've grown in my faith because these people that we talk to every day, they've gone through a lot throughout their lives, and they're still there with a smile on their face every day.
I've grown in my faith because I learned to be patient with the little children and to be compassionate with them when they tell us their story.
Seeing that much love and appreciation towards us, it has increased my faith by seeing God through them and seeing that love that exists throughout this world.
I've grown in my faith just being able to see how they, like, after everything they've been through with all the story, that they still are firm believers, and they still talk about it in such a gentle way that it just made me realize that through a lot of weird things in life.
I guess my faith grew because like it makes you realize that you can be God for others. Like you can bring brightness and happiness to their day, and you can be like a good, like your attitude influences them a lot. So when you have faith in them, they start having faith in themselves. Like they're not that depressed, or they want to do more stuff.
I was opened up to a lot of things. Like everyone there was very lonely and sad, and you realize how they need someone to like help them and to be with them, because they're by themselves and they're lonely. They don't have anyone